Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at BNB. We're going to be looking at the price action that we have recently and where we think this is going, whether we think we're going to get a bounce or if we think that this is going to progress to the downside. Okay, so first off, I'd like to say thank you for watching the video. If you enjoy the content, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and feel free to leave us some comments down below with any feedback you may have or perhaps a coin request, whatever you feel like. Just chuck it in the comment section down below. Okay, so let's get into the price action. So there's a few things we need to talk about here. So basically, the way I'm looking at BNB is that we've actually formed a B wave to the upside here, and we're currently looking for a C wave drop. Um, I would expect this to have been in a 5 wave move, and I'm still scanning for potential. We don't have any confirmation as of yet, but it is still possible this could look to develop into a 5 wave move. And the way that we'd be looking at this currently is just as an ABC to the downside. The current one-to-one target is this 207 area here. So we can see that we've had this move down in an A wave. We've had this bounce up as a flat correction, an expanding flat correction here. And now we have broken this low. We were looking for bullish potential here, but now that we've broken this low here at this 251 area, we can say that we are moving down now. And how this happens is going to be what is interesting within this move. So it is quite difficult to place these moves exactly, but the best interpretation that I have for it at this time is that we potentially have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 into these lows here. There's no crossing of this wave 1 here, though this wave 4 does come quite high. So we can look at it this as a 5 wave move into this low here. Then we would have this as an ABC as a flat, an irregular flat correction within here, A and a B and a C. So these degrees actually need to change. So if we just change this to the same degree, and then basically within this move here, we can see we start to get some impulsive structure here again. So initially I was thinking this was just going to be an A, a B, and a C to the downside, and we're going to be completed there. But now with the way things have developed, it is looking actually more likely that we have an impulse in the making here and that there's probably extension. So the way I'm currently looking at this is that this is potentially a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 within this wave. So that would make this 1, 2, 3, all of this 4, and then now we're within a 5th wave here. So basically within this move, there's a few ways we can look at it, and until we get some more structure here, this could be 1, 2, and then this is the 3rd, 4th, and we're looking for a 5th like that, and then basically we'd have another additional 4th and 5th, or we could look at it this way. So this could be a 1, a 2, we come down into these lows. This is a more complex correction within this wave 2, so a zigzag in a wave 4 is quite likely. And then basically within this move, we would be looking at this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and 5. So within this move here, this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, potentially completed into these lows here. So if that is the case, what we would then have is a completed 5 wave move here, and we have a 5 wave move here. If we throw the fib on this now, and we bring this down into this low point, we can see that if we bring this back up here, effectively we've hit this 1.618 of this move. So that now leads me to believe that all of this subdivision that we've got in here is actually part of this would be a 1, up in this 2, down in 3 to these lows. We're looking for a 4th, and we're going to be looking for a 5th to the downside. So if I just change the degree on this so we don't get confused. So this is a higher degree move. I'm going to change the color as well, make it green so we can easily identify it. Then basically what we'd be looking at here would be the fact that we should be expecting a move up in a 4th wave. So confirmation of this being the correct wave count and it being as it is shown here. So this would have been a zigzag in a wave 2, so we'd be looking for a potential triangle or a flat correction or potentially a complex correction in this wave 4. If that is to take place, what we would be looking for here, if I just come down to this zone here, let's get this right on the money here, we drop this on there, up into this high point. So we could still be looking for an additional move down into this zone here of, if I just change the color of that again, there we go. So this 241 to this 235. Though I want to just say something with regards to this, that basically within this move, it is obvious that there is some kind of an extension going on. We might not have the waves exactly right. Like I said before, this could be a 1-2, a 1-2, 1-2 into this slide. Then this is actually still three of wave 3, 4, and 5, and then would have an additional fourth and fifth wave. Though currently this is how I'm looking at it. We will have to monitor what happens if we move down towards this box here, and we don't fail to make a substantial bounce to the upside, and rather we look, let me just remove this fib, and rather we look to bounce back up, and we don't manage to take, what would be the high point at this point? So if we don't manage to break back above this zone here of this 264 to 258, then I would say that it's possible that actually we still have additional extension within this wave that isn't apparent, and we need to let it progress. And basically what that would then mean is actually what we'd have is this would be our 1-2, all of this would be our wave 3, and then we'd be looking for that fourth wave and fifth wave to the downside. Like I said, that zone that we would expect to indicate a potential rejection area would be this 266 to this 249. Though this 382 is quite a common area, we can move as high as this 275, but we wouldn't want to move much higher than that. If we did move much higher than that, it doesn't mean that there's not more further extension to the downside. It could just mean that somewhere within this move we've completed, whether it's here, and then we are looking for a move up into this zone. I'm actually just going to mark it out here. A move up into this zone for rejection and continuation to the downside. And the thing is, should we be looking for further continuation, what we would be looking out for is the fact that we don't get something to the effect of this. If we move down into these zones, we come back up and find rejection here again, it is possible we form a deeper wave 3, which would then change this instead of an ABC form. Basically, what we would be looking at then is a much bigger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Confirmation of this would currently come by moving down below this 169.8 area. Moving down below this zone would indicate that we actually have this bigger 5-wave move to the downside. And then potentially we could be looking to target out. If I zoom out here slightly, let's put this auto again, which means that if we are looking at it as an ABC, we could potentially come down as deep as this 110.6 area at a 1-to-1, though the minimum we would be expecting is a 0.618, which is this 179.6 area. So that would be what we'd be looking out for. Basically, with these moves here, invalidation of these structures that we've got shown here, both the one that we are looking at, let me remove this one. So the invalidation of this fifth wave to the downside playing out basically would be that we would need to move back above this high point here, which would be 285.40. Failing to move back above that zone there would indicate that we have an additional drop here. So these are very fragile, these moves, when you're trying to do them on the micro counting like this. So we need to just be aware that, this it could progress down further, and actually that we still have further extension within this wave 3. We just need to give it a bit of time and look for the appropriate bounces, but we wouldn't expect to move back up past these zones that I've got indicated here at this 285 and up here at this 317.8 area. Moving back above those zones would have to reevaluate these, and actually then what we'd be looking for is the fact that the C wave is actually completed higher, even though I don't really like it, and we'd be looking for the C wave to have completed over here, and then potentially looking for another move to the upside here. Until we move back above these zones, though, we have to go with the trend here, which this wave does seem to be doing. There is some overlap here, but that doesn't mean that it's invalid. It could just mean that there's more extensions within this that haven't played out yet. For instance, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within there, which would make it a lot neater. Though we just need to give it a bit of time because we don't have enough uh, structure here to give us an accurate read on it. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, leave us some comments down below. Also, if you want to jump into the description and you'll find a link to our Discord. Why not come have a chat with us? When you land in the general chat area, just mention a member of staff. We'd be happy to help you out. Also in the link below, you'll find a link for the affiliate link for BYBIT. This is a really great exchange. It's the one we all use when we're doing our trading. It's got great features within it which allow you to see your to set your profit and loss, your stop loss, and then this all gives you exact figures of how much you will lose at those points. So it really does help you for planning your trade and using proper risk management. This exchange we use. So why not check it out if you don't have a link? And if that's all, basically, we'll see you in the next video. Keep safe out there, everybody. Cheers.